And the self-declared general of the National Resistance Movement, Dr. Miguna Miguna, has been hospitalized in Dubai airport after he complained of body pains. In a statement sent to NTV, Miguna Miguna claims that the left side of his chest is hurting after he was drugged, assaulted and dragged to a Dubai-bound flight. The lawyer who participated in the Nairobi governorship race has, however, vowed to resist attempts to fly him to any other destination that is not his home country. And Oxikolia reports.
And you won't prevent me from speaking about it.
A mobile phone video footage of the man who has been declared persona non grata by the Kenyan government, Dr. Miguna Miguna, at the Dubai International Airport.
Do whatever you want to do. Kill me if you want. I don't fear death.
In no apparent mention to anyone, the self-styled NRM general dares an unidentified uniformed man to do the worst. In the clip, Miguna Miguna does not have his trademark hat on and appears wary.
I will get you a wheelchair, which will escort you to the office.
The man who battled for the governorship position of Kenya's capital has issued a statement detailing how he found himself in Dubai 2 days after successfully resisting attempts to have him deported. Miguna was forcefully placed aboard EK722 Emirates airline flight from Nairobi to Dubai that arrived Thursday morning. In a statement he released from Dubai, Miguna Miguna says that about 50 heavily armed men, led by a uniformed policeman, violently broke into the toilet where he had been detained incommunicado at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and without identifying themselves, wrestled him to the ground before injecting him with substances until he passed out. Miguna Miguna says he only regained consciousness when the plane landed at the Dubai airport at around 5:25 in the morning. The principal human rights officer of the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, Commander Musheke, who was at the airport the time Miguna was accosted, confirms the story.
We stayed together talking. Nothing much happened until around 8:30 because the cafes there closed in that terminal. So I needed to buy him dinner. So that when I leave, he has food for the morning. So I went, I had checked outside. Nothing seemed to be happening. There were just very few officers. But I guess they were waiting for the opportune moment to strike. So I left, I went outside. In the meantime, Orengo called me and Harvey and told me they have obtained further orders for the release of Miguna. They asked me where I was, so I told them I'm at the cafe waiting for Miguna's food. I'll be there shortly. But while I was waiting for the food, Harvey came with Julie Soweto in a panic. They had been beaten, and actually they wanted to exit the airport because the GSU were pursuing them. So I also panicked because now it clicked what would be happening to Miguna. So I quickly dashed to the car with the food. I actually left some of the food for the morning. And I went straight to the car. But before I entered the car, Miguna called in distress and told me they are killing me. Please come quickly and inform everyone. And then the phone was abruptly switched off. I tried to call him again. The phone was off. So we sped off, went back to Terminal 2, and I found not less than 100 GSU officers armed to the teeth.
At the Dubai airport, Miguna claims 3 men dressed in Air Emirates yellow reflector jackets approached him and commanded him to disembark. Miguna identifies one of them as a Mr. Njihia.
Does this confirm the fears that Mr. Miguna was sedated?
Thank you very much. I want to leave it to your imagination as well, because we saw his robust and very boisterous and even violent refusal to be boarded on the night of 26th of March, on Monday 26th March. How was it that he was so compliant yesterday, and yet at 8:30 p.m. when our officer left him to go and buy him dinner, he was just as adamant he was not leaving and he was not going to leave the country? How was it that he was seated on seat 45J peacefully and quietly and compliantly, making no noise at last night on aboard flight EK722?
The statement from Miguna reads that after wrangling, he was granted access to a doctor who conducted basic medical tests and confirmed that he had been drugged and needs medical attention.
So do whatever you want. But threatening.
Miguna maintains, however, that no kind of intimidation will force him to abandon his quest for justice and reforms. Enoch Sikolia, NTV.